Yeah, there it is.
Okay, okay, great.
I don't think they come out in the audience until after the necklace is stolen.
Okay.
So,
Awesome, so I can relax and
be with your friends. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Grace Lofton. I'm going to be your house manager tonight, and I'd like to welcome you guys all here. Thanks so much for coming. Just a few reminders before we get started. There's some gluten and dairy-free snacks back there if that's something you need. Don't forget to buy a raffle ticket. It supports missionaries in Ukraine, which is awesome. If you need a bathroom, go through those double doors right there. Go through the next set of double doors, and they're off to your left and right down that hallway. I see we got a lot of great kids here tonight, which is super fun, and if you guys just need some extra room to run and play and let off some steam, feel free to take advantage of our sanctuary back there. Everybody please silence your cell phones, and I know there's some great costumes and everything, but please refrain from flash photography until after the show so you don't distract our awesome cast. So on behalf of Let Your Light Shine Theaters, please welcome the cast of Mystery at Shady.
Basil, please stay at the front desk and do not wander off. I don't want our guests spending an eternity waiting for you to serve them. Hey, what are you doing? No wonder all of our plants keep dying off. We need to water this plant. It's fake.
Yes, Mr. Clifford. I will not move for death.
Bachelor, we will leave. We're walking to the fair. We're going to stay here at our hotel. They just wired me with yours yesterday. I have a friend who works at a hotel where they listen. She said they are making a huge time difference. Guess what? Okay, it says here that Mrs. Fairfax is bringing her $1 million diamond necklace from her family's American Dynasty collection. I can't wait to see it! Can you just imagine wearing $1 million around your neck? Let's see that.
Good day, ma'am. Can I help you?
Yes, I'd like lobster and justification, please.
Modest room? I not understand.
Inexpensive, cheap. I'd like a small, modest room.
Oh, yes, I understand now. Please just sign it here. Oh, no. So sorry, ma'am. I cannot leave just for any reason. My boss said so. You must carry your room yourself. Good exercise.
Poor service.
Basil, who is that? That's me in the hallway.
She's your guest, sir. Miss X.
Miss X? What kind of a name is that? Let me see that.
I tell her to sign A, and she to sign X, but I call her Miss X.
How odd. Wait a minute, Basil, why didn't you take her suitcases and show her to her room?
I follow your orders.
What orders?
You tell me not to leave desk.
I meant to... Never mind when. Miss Morgan, Miss White, and Miss Crawford, have you not finished in here yet? Our weekend guests are expected to arrive any time now, and I don't want you hovering around with feather dusters.
Hello, Miss X. You find modest room all right?
Yes, donate to you.
Myrna, please come with room for the weekend, please. I'm exhausted. Miranda wears me out. You're exhausted?
No, annoying girl. This is not a toy.
She's quite nice. I should know I'm Randy. We'd like to hear, please.
Let me see what is here. Very busy weekend. Name, please.
Miranda!
I say don't touch.
Don't worry about her. The name is Banks. This is Lois Banks and her daughter, Miranda Banks. My husband works at Randy's name.
Please just sign here, Miss Werther. I give you rooms 101 and 103.
Thank you, sir.
Kathy, do you think we'll get any takers on our tea tour today? Well, there was a fair amount of cleaning stuff my presentation after dinner last night. I talked to guests. That the bus was at 9:37 and we had to leave in the lobby by 9 o'clock this morning to register. I promise, I know.
Come along, Frederica. You always come ahead.
welcome to the finest English tea garden tourism in England. Please step this way. To register with me, you can pay by cash, traveler's check.
You have a money-back guarantee? What about paying after? Then I can decide if it was worthwhile or not.
Satisfaction guarantee.
Let's go save our seats on the bus, Patricia. We might as well make the best out of this waste of money.
This is the broadside. Help me onto the bus.
What are you people doing here? We're expecting some very important guests this morning, and you're clogging the lobby.
Are we not important to you, Mr. Clifford? Why, just the other day you said how much you enjoyed having our tours originated at your hotel. You said it felt you know business.
So sorry, Captain, my dear. Just a little on edge. We're expecting the Fairfaxes at our hotel this morning.
The Fairfaxes, as in the lovely Edward Fairfax and his lovely wife Blanche from the States.
Yes, those Fairfaxes. If you wouldn't mind, please, finish your touring preparations and quickly move along.
Move along, please. Move along.
All right, I think everyone is on the bus. Thank you, Mr. Clifford.
Wait, please.
A tea garden tour. That sounds lovely, relaxing, Myrna. I think we should go. It'd be education for Miranda. Miranda, would you like to go on the bus, sir?
No!
She'd love to go. It would give her something to see and do.
I don't know, Mrs. Bates. I'm not sure tea garden tour is the best activity for my
Nonsense. Children need culture, too. What do you think? We'd be delighted to have you join us. We've never had a child on one of our tea tours before. It would be a new experience.
Oh, Albert, did you see that? An English tea garden tour. That sounds delightful, don't you think? I wonder if it's offered daily. We'll have to try it out while we're here. What do you think, Albert? Albert!
Anybody here? Are these all of our cases?
No, there are two more in the taxi. We can get the driver to bring those in. Good morning, young man. Do you have a room for the bridals?
Excuse me, who you say?
The bridals from Fairfax. We made our reservation several weeks ago.
Fairfax. Oh, yes, we have a very special room for you. Biggest and nicest in both hotel.
Oh, splendid. Did you hear that, dear? We've got the nicest room in the whole hotel.
Yes, I heard, dear. I'm not deaf, you know. Young man, please take these cases to our room. Albert, let us go see what is taking the driver so long with our other cases. How much do you think this carpet's worth by the square mile? You bring your carpenter knife? I put it in the case. Oh. You can do it. Howdy-ho, quite a good show there. That don't mean rain nothing does.
What is it, Basil?
Mr. Clifford.
What? Spit it out, man.
Spit it out.
It's just an expression, Basil. Now tell me, what's the matter?
The Fairfaxes, here.
Really? Where?
They get other suitcases outside. These Fairfax suitcases, too.
Really? Well, all right. Now just calm down. I'll take these up to their room, and you help them with the other ones, okay?
Okay.
Young whippersnappers these days. Imagine the gall of that driver to refuse to carry in our last two cases. I'm glad you didn't tip him, Albert. Albert!
Don't worry about it, Ingrid. These cases are actually quite light. In fact, they feel empty.
That's because they are. I always like to pick up a few things while I'm on holiday. And I never usually have room for all of them.
Right. Right.
Please to sign here, Mrs. Fairfax.
But I'm not Mrs. Fairfax. I'm Mrs. Wright. We're Albert and Ingrid Wright from Fairfax.
Basil. Mr. and Mrs. Brightham, you reserved a room several weeks ago, if I remember correctly. Allow me to show you to your room. We have one at the back, next to the kitchen, with a lovely view of the swamp.
Thank you, sir. Basil here tells me this is the very best room you have.
Yes, of course it is. Please follow me.
That's the best room they have. I hate to see the worst.
Well, in the words of my favorite playwright, the course of true love never did run smooth.
Oh, Stanley, you quote Shakespeare?
Stanley, or Mr. Lexman, was that Miss White I just saw you with? I hope not. I just sent her to go get some fresh flowers for the Fairfax room, and she still hasn't taken care of it.
Henry, you worry too much. You're too out of season. By the way, has that English tea garden for lunch yet? I very much will be enjoying it today. I told her Cat was very lovely. I mean, she seems to be very knowledgeable about flowers.
Yeah, right. Very, very, very knowledgeable. Right, yeah. Sorry, old chap, just missed them. I kicked them out of here a little, rather. I suggested that they leave a little early today, since we're expecting some special guests.
Let's go. Show type enough. I forgot all about the Fairfaxes right today. I think I'll just stick around to catch their arrival.
All right.
Hello, I'm Stanley Larson. You must have right today. I don't recall seeing you before. Mind if I have a section of paper there?
Basil, I can't remember Mr. Clifford asking me to place these flowers. I was a little distracted. They look nice here, so I'm just going to leave them here.
No, that's not okay.
Hello? Can I get any service here?
I'm so sorry, ma'am. The flowers make my nose go.
Why on earth do you have a big full of them on your desk? I'm Audrey Rochester. I've already considered it.
Yes, miss. Please to sign guest register. I asked Mr. Clifford to show you to your room. Mr. Clifford, please show Miss Rochester to her room.
Yes, of course, Basil. Wait a minute, that's your job.
You say I cannot leave desk. You insist. I stay here.
Yes, Basil, I did say that earlier. Now I'm saying please leave the desk and show Miss Rochester to her room.
But Mr. Clifford, you say.
Miss Rochester, Stanley Larson at your service. Please don't make carry case for you. It's been a little crazy around here today.
Do you work here, Mr. Larson?
No, but I'd be delighted with your case for you.
All right, thanks.
Where'd she go?
She probably went home. There are the flowers for the Fairfax room. I've been looking everywhere for them. Basil, did you see who put these here?
No, Mr. Clifford.
Mr. Clifford! Sir, I just saw them. I was upstairs cleaning one of the rooms, and I saw them out the window.
Who?
The Fairfaxes, they arrived.
Beth, go on and inform the other staff to do a final check on the room. Hurry.
Okay.
Wait, Beth, come back.
What?
Take this and put it in their room. So much strategic. Maybe the bathroom. No, on the windowsill next to their bed. Hurry, go. All right, so we have enough room on here.
Yes. I reserved a whole page for that.
Good.
The plan. Excuse me, Miss Anything you would expect from a respectful establishment.
Mrs. Brigham, I'm deeply sorry that this has happened. Basil over here will provide you with whatever you may need. Don't worry, Basil. I'm officially relieving you of your duties at the front desk.
Yes, of course. Please to come with me, Mrs. Lycombe.
Brighton, it's Mrs. Brighton. Better stop tripping up there, baseball.
Mr. and Mrs. Fairfax, I'm so happy for your safe arrival. I assure you that you have chosen the right place for the peace, quiet, and anonymity that you so earnestly seek. Please follow me to the front desk while we ring for one of our staff to collect your suitcases.
Thank you for your kindness, Mr. Clifford. We have been seeing a quiet weekend away from Hamilton Branch.
Yes, dear. Who would want to stay in London, where we can see fabulous shows and attend glorious dinner parties, when we can stay here? Oh, hotel, middle of nowhere.
Please don't mind Branch. She gets tired when she travels. She'll feel better after the work.
Yes, of course. All right. Please follow me to your room. It's the best we have to offer.
Can hardly wait to see it.
And that's the tour of Shady Acres, Miss Rochester.
Thank you, Mr. Lexton. I do appreciate you helping me with my cases. Tell me, is this the residence couch potato?
Oh, this is Miss, I don't recall her name. Let me go sneak peek at the guest registry.
What you doing, Mr. Robertson? Shoot! You don't touch! I don't let you in your room!
It's all right, Basil. I'm just looking to see if that madam's name is over there.
You're quite right, Henry. Mary Boyton. It is a very quaint location, and thank you again for allowing us to source some of our more valuable items from the hotel safe.
Eddie? Eddie Fairfax? What did you do?
Yes, Mrs. Rochester and I are acquaintances from a few years back.
Acquaintances? Is that what I've been reduced to in your memory? An acquaintance? You were engaged for nearly a year until you met out, Miss what?
Blanche.
Yes, that's blank. You see, then, Mr. Fairfax and I were in love and engaged to be married. But I was not from a family with money. Edward's family kindly took it upon themselves to find him a wife with status and money.
Audrey, it wasn't quite like that.
Anyhow, it's all water under the bridge. I've moved on with my life. Shall we go for a walk?
I'd be delighted to, Miss Rochester.
Well, I'll bet that was a shock. You arrived for a weekend of privacy and run into an old fiancé. Now, if she's still trying to marry for money, she's latching onto the wrong guy. He's as penniless as a pauper. Can't even pay his hotel bill. He's been staying here for a couple weeks now, claiming he's waiting for an advance from his brother.
Why do you allow him to stay?
He's a rather charming, friendly character, and we don't get that many visitors. Well,
Mr. Fairfax. I'm sorry to interrupt, but Mrs. Brighton is driving me mad. She claims that her room did not come with a shower curtain. I swear there was one in the bathroom this morning when I cleaned it.
all right, Miss Crawford, just bring her another shower curtain.
We don't have any more shower curtains.
Give her yours. Basil, where are you going with those?
Sir, it's for Mr. and Mrs. Brighton.
Oh, why do they need all this stuff? I mean,
Come here, little mouse. Come here. Come here. I don't think that you only want to make you snatch up tonight's dinner. A mouse! What? No help? How disgusting!
I think the juiciest bit is that Mr. Fairfax and Audrey Rochester were once engaged, and then he dumped her for that plan. Imagine the two of them meeting here at Shady Acres after all this time. She still has an engagement ring. How do you even know that? She showed it to me and warned me to watch out for men with money.
Well, I just wish you would have stayed engaged to her. Because now she's making eyes at Stanley. Girl, did you see Mrs. Fairfax's necklace? I can't believe she would wear it out to dinner all in the country. It's going to appreciate it.
Oh, she's just showing off her riches for the rest of us in our place. Oh, I'm afraid I am not too fond of her.
None of us are that. If you speak that time of after the announced Mrs. Fairfax is too eating soup. That's why they went out to dinner tonight. Yeah. Well, old couple Brighton had like no problem with the meal. Whatever they didn't eat, they stuffed in their pockets.
Well, they must have eaten the silverware and glasses too, because when I cleared off their table after dinner, they were missing.
Speaking of missing, why were the guests who took the tea garden tour at dinner tonight?
You didn't hear?
No.
Okay. Old Pretty Trumpet snapped and ordered Mr. Rogers off the bus, leaving him stranded in the middle of the room. And then she took the tour guide and the others hostage. Oh, thank you so much, sweetheart. She took the tour guide and the others hostage, claiming she never wanted to see another blooming English tea garden again, as long as she lived.
Who told you that, then?
Mr. Cooper did.
You took 20 year away. English tea garden tour bus finally broke down.
What?
Mr. Rogers never gets the service. They'll have to stay at another hotel until it can be fixed.
Really? Are you sure about that? Like you're... Oh. Well, I like the first version of the story best.
Speaking of tips, Mrs. Fairfax gave me 1 rotten shilling for bringing her an extra blanket and pillow for her nap this afternoon. So much for that new dress I was hoping to buy. Edward! Oh, it's the Fairfaxes. You finally returned from dinner. Don't slow down. Edward, are you coming inside? It's rather chilly. The night air is not good for my complexion.
Blanche, you seem to have misplaced my pocket watch. I wonder if it fell out in the taxi.
The one I had engraved for your birthday. We'll go try to catch the driver before he takes off. The watch is irreplaceable. Mrs. Fairfax, I've brought you a cup of tea I prepared for you at Hamlet's Profession. Tea. Hamlet prepared it with me. And that filthy mouse infested kitchen because I suppose, no, I don't have any tea. No, ma'am. I prepared it for you. Hamlet asked me to, as a gesture of kindness.
Well, all right then. But some cups of tea would be nice before bed.
I hate late shift at front desk. I'm so sleepy. I'm so sorry, Mrs. Fairfax. I not hear you come in. You frightened me. Mrs. Fairfax? Mrs. Fairfax!
Oh no! What do I do? No!
Blanche, darling, couldn't find my watch anywhere I could text him.
No! It can't be! Why?
What is this? What's going on?
Mrs. Fairfax! She dead!
Oh my goodness! Mrs. Fairfax! Oh my goodness! Everyone! Mrs. Fairfax, she's dead! What happened? What happened? Mrs. Fairfax, she's dead! Are you sure? Are you sure? Because you thought Mrs. Frederica went like crazy years than she is. Are you sure? We'll always tell her. Oh, no, don't cry. Don't cry. Oh, we'll find her. Everybody else in the hotel. There, Rachel. You had a rifle shot. Everything is going to be all right. Mrs. Fairfax is fine. She was just unconscious. When you're feeling up to it, we're going to need to ask you a few questions. But for now, why don't you go ahead and get some rest?
Well, thank you, Mr. Cooper. Who is it? That's about all the questions I have for you now. We appreciate it if you keep the guests out of the lobby for the next couple hours or so, while I collect fingerprints and such. All guests have been informed that they must not leave the premises until they wish.
So, you're saying that you recently took out a very large insurance policy on this diamond necklace?
What are you insinuating, Lieutenant? Of course I'd insure $1 million necklace, especially before going on a trip.
But, why would you bring it along at all? Surely it must be a lot of trouble worrying about it all the time. At any rate, where did you say you were again when your wife's necklace was stolen?
I was checking the taxi for my missing pocket watch.
Excellent. And, would the driver verify this if I happened to question him?
Well, you're making it sound like I'm the crook. I figured people could be a little bit more sensitive. I've just had a terrible shock and you're treating me like I'm a criminal.
I'm just doing my job, Mr. Fairfax. One final question, and then you can go. I understand from one of the maids, Miss White, I believe, that you were once engaged to Audrey Rochester, who is also staying at this hotel. Now, that you both ended up in the same remote hotel in the English countryside, all the way from America, and now that's quite a coincidence, isn't it?
Coincidence is all it is, Lieutenant. Now, what does that have to do with anything?
Oh, nothing. Probably nothing at all. It's just that the maid thought it was, how did she put it? Significant enough to mention.
What is a silly maid now? Now, may I go?
Yes, I think that wraps it up. For now.
Dora, I think we'll let the Fairfaxes have a little rest from questioning for a while. Mrs. Fairfax, thank you for your time. O'Doyle, what clues have you gathered?
A few interesting items, Chief.
Let's hold them here on the coffee table so we can examine them more carefully. The last thing Mrs. Fairfax remembers was being given a cup of tea, which a maid, Miss Greta White, prepared and brought to her. There must have been a heavy dose of sedative in that tea. This doesn't look good for Greta. O'Doyle, put that cup in plastic. We'll take it back to the lab to be examined. What's that?
Wow. Ziploc.
Oh. That's airtight.
Do you see how this handkerchief is monogrammed SA? When I checked this guest register in the staff list, there was no one listed who had fit the initials SA. Where did you find it, O'Doyle?
In between the cushions of the couch.
This was left behind by a previous guest.
That's not likely. At least according to Motel 1, Henry Clifford. He claims that the maids clean thoroughly every day. He says they habitually check for spare change between the cushions of the couch.
I know it's clean in here since yesterday morning. We haven't allowed any of the guests or staff in the lobby since the theft, except for the question, of course.
All right. We'll ask each of the staff and guests about the initials SA when we question them. What else do you have there, O'Doyle?
We have this rather expensive looking ladies' engagement ring.
That's a beauty. Do you suppose it belongs to Mrs. Fairfax, Chief?
Not unless she has two engagement rings. She was wearing one this morning when I questioned her.
This must be Mr. Fairfax's missing pocket watch. Confirmed. It has his name engraved on the back. Where was this, O'Doyle?
Funny thing of that, it was just lying here on the table. You say Fairfax was missing it?
Yes, he claimed that that was the reason for his absence during the theft of his wife's necklace. He would have searched in the taxi for it.
Maybe it's just absent-minded.
I'm not so sure about that.
Is that all the possible evidence, O'Doyle?
All that I have right now.
Let's scour this place one last time before we bring in the staff and guests for questioning. Really fix the stair.
Hey, Chief, I think I found something. It's a big shoe.
Good day, fellow acquainters of injustice, crime, and cruelty everywhere. Detective Phyllis Thornton and Miss Emma Reed, quite humbly at your service.
Thornton, what are you doing here? This is our case and we don't need your assistance, or interference rather. Actually, competence is more accurate. On the other hand, we're pleased to see you, Miss Reed.
Thank you, Chief Whitfield. You should know that we do not come here uninvited. Mr. Fairfax had us to pick me.
What?
He said he needed to hire someone to be on his side. Yes, he claims you treated him rudely and made him feel like a criminal. Really, Chief, this is a very powerful and wealthy man you're dealing with. I think you could treat him with a little more courtesy.
Miss Thornton, we just conducted routine questioning. No one here has been treated rudely.
They're very good.
That's Chief Wickfield, Miss Thornton.
All right, Chief, I have a proposal for you. Why don't we see you consult the case first? Sort of like a little contest. I just love contests. If I win, if I solve the case first, you will allow me to advertise my agency at your police station.
Never.
Just me. I am not finished yet. If you solve the case first, I will agree to give you half of the salary Mr. Fairfax and I agreed upon for my services. And believe me, Mr. Fairfax is a very generous man.
Miss Thornton, you know I can accept money from neither you nor Mr. Fairfax.
All right then, how about if you solve the case first, I will agree to pay for your department's tea and crumpets for 1 whole year.
Just a moment. That is a fraud. Tea and crumpets. Okay, I'm fine. Put it to Each of your votes counts as 1,000 if you vote yes, negative 20 if you vote no. All in favor? All right, the ayes have it. It's a deal.
Please sign here then, Chief.
What's this?
It's a copy of the agreement we just made. Please sign.
All right, then.
We agree to share all information amongst ourselves.
That wasn't part of the agreement.
Oh, Whitfield, you've got to learn to read the fine print, man. It's only fair that we start from the same footing.
You just want to take advantage of all the hard work we've done so far.
I suppose you expect us to share our evidence with you as well.
You mean evidence such as that big shoe you discovered earlier?
All right, officers, let's stop quibbling. We've got a case to solve. O'Doyle, why don't you show the detective and Miss Reed the clues we found so far?
Looks like you have a lot of clues so far.
Chief, the evidence is gone.
What do you mean gone?
It's right here and now it's missing.
Tisk, tisk.
All right. Officers Black, O'Doyle, you two go and collect Miss Rochester, Mr. Larson, the writings and videos for questioning, then search the hotel for the missing evidence. Jordan and I, along with the detective and Miss Reed, will conduct the interviews. Unbelievable! We've only begun the case and we've already lost the evidence.
Is it any wonder Mr. Fairfax decided to hire a professional?
Chief Whitfield, I'll need copies of the gas register and staff list. In addition, I'll require copies of the testimonies you've already procured, as well as any fingerprint footprints from the items in this room.
Indeed. There might be some question as to who the professional actually is around here. Oh, Hazel. I trust you recovered somewhat from your shock here to the sequence now?
Yes.
I understand that you were the first one to find Mrs. Fairfax after the robbery.
Yes.
Mr. Fairfax said that he was sleeping at the front desk when he left the lobby to search for his missing pocket watch. According to his testimony, that means you're the only one in the lobby both before and after the robbery took place. You must understand this doesn't look good for you.
What? You know, like? But my mother gave it to me for my birthday.
Oh, you must be Miss Rochester. Who are you? I'm Detective Colton, personal. I would like to ask you a few questions about your whereabouts at 11 o'clock last night.
I was in bed sleeping. But I did wake up when I heard a commotion in the lobby. The maid was running around screaming, Mrs. Fairfax is dead.
I see. I understand you've had a previous connection to the Fairfaxes.
Well, I was once engaged to Edward, his dad. But I never met Blanche.
But you knew of her, right?
Well, of course I knew of her. Edward broke off our engagement with her.
Sounds like a bit of resentment there.
Of course I was resentful then, but that was 10 years ago.
How is it that you ended up at the same hotel from all the way across the ocean? I mean, Shady Acres is barely a pinpoint on the map.
A mere coincidence. I'm on vacation from my secretarial position in the United States. And I do happen to like the little out-of-the-way places. But you might ask, what possessed Edward to drag his wife here? She boarded here. I wouldn't be surprised if she staged the whole robbery herself. Just to relieve her of her boredom.
I'll be sure to tell her you suggested.
Look, if you really want to be helpful, you can help me find my diamond ring. It's been missing since this morning.
Mr. Larson, Lieutenant Doyle, I need to ask you.
No line here. Ask away.
As I was saying before you interrupted me, where were you at, say, 11 o'clock last night?
I was in my room reading a good book and smoking my pipe.
You don't retire early then.
Not usually, no.
I understand that you are a regular guest here. In fact, you seem to have taken up quite a permanent residence.
Yes, I rather like it here. It's a quaint little place.
Having stayed at Shady Acres several weeks, you'd be very familiar with the hotel staff's ins and outs and all the routines of things, now wouldn't you?
Get to the point, Lieutenant. Are you suggesting that my knowledge of the hotel's procedures makes me a likely candidate for theft?
I'm not saying my opinion directly.
Continue.
Understand from the hotel's owner, Mr. Clifford, that you are in a bit of a financial bind right now. He claims you cannot pay your hotel bill.
I'm waiting for an advance from my brother.
Mr. and Mrs. Bryson, I presume. I'm Detective Thornton. How do you do? Are you enjoying staying at Shady Acres?
Oh, yes, Detective. How nice of you to ask. Albert, wasn't it nice of her to ask about our stay at the hotel?
Oh, sorry, but I was just noticing how lovely that painting is over there. Did you notice that painting, Ingrid?
Why, yes. That is a splendid painting. The colors would go nicely in our flat. I wonder if they'd notice if we
Mr. and Mrs. Bryson, I pride myself on being an excellent judge of character. And between you and me, you two are the least likely suspects in this entire hotel. But you must do the job of questioning everybody. So, where were you last night at 8 o'clock? 11, actually. 11 o'clock.
Well, we went to bed at, 8 o'clock.
Oh, that makes sense. Thank you
As
for your
usual.
time. Yes, I'm sure. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Easy, there's a fire right there. I could fall in, go up in flames on the stairs.
Shall I have the rest?
Sure. That woman is such a flake. Did you know she spent less than a minute interviewing that elderly couple? And she harasses me about my question things.
I definitely. This is what they thought.
Just so. Miss Morgan, Miss Crawford, why don't you come and chat with Miss Reed and I? We have a few questions to ask you about last night's event. First of all, do you like working here? Are you paid well?
Well, not I suppose. The hotel has undergone some financial difficulties recently, but Mr. Clifford has not given us a raise in a couple of years.
That's why he started writing. That's why he started his advertising campaign to promote to the waiters. He started writing to welcome him. He was personally inviting to stay at the hotel.
Is that how the Fair Fox was out here? Yes, they were the only ones to respond to the letter.
Thornton, let's interview these two together.
Work together. Well, that is quite amiable of you, Wakefield.
It has nothing to do with being amiable, Thornton. I've seen your questioning techniques. Miss White, Heimlich, do you have a last name?
Nah.
Curious. Miss White, Mrs. Fairfax claims that you brought her a cup of tea last night, and that's the last thing she remembers. We believe that there was a strong sedative in that tea.
Sir, by making that tea for Mrs. Fairfax, I was following Hamlet's instructions.
I instructed to make tea for that woman. Why would I do that? She refused to eat any of my food.
Yes, you did. You left out tea and teacup with a note instructing me to make it and bring it to Mrs. Fairfax, and she arrived back from dinner. Your note said it was intended as a peace offering. What does that mean?
The peace offering. Ha! Only peace I would offer that woman is the peace of my mind.
You sound guilty to me. Obvious contempt for the victim.
So, Heimlich, you deny writing that note?
Surely that.
Miss White, do you remember what happened to the note?
I might have put it away or it's still in the kitchen. I'm not sure.
All right, thanks to both of you for your time. Are you finished here, Dort?
Oh, yes, Chief. Thank you, ladies. Thank you.
Oh, yes, I love it.
Miss Reed, you have the staff and guest list there. Have we questioned everyone now?
Yes, I'll get to one guy. Would you like to remember that?
Dort, go and see if you can find this mysterious X character.
You can't do this to me. I'm an American citizen. I know my rights. Easy, there's person here, person there, persons everywhere.
Chief, you got these two camp back there.
We also found more than our missing evidence. Look. Wait 1 minute, that's a valuable item from
Right, Cap. I am very disappointed in you.
Did you happen to find any diamond necklaces?
Not yet, but we're still looking.
Chief, Basil says that he saw Miss X leave the hotel about an hour ago.
Great! Just when we find our missing evidence, one of our suspects disappears. What else could possibly go wrong today?
I quit. I get no patience right here. Mrs. Fairfax is complaining about my food, sending it back to Mrs. Trinkets. That's it. I'm done. Kaput!
Where am I going to find another cook? And on such short notice.
I'm taking care of that.
What?
Everybody, lunch ready.
Round and round the wheel of life, go round and round all through the town. It makes me excited sound while we were away.
Some little lady,
What a day. First we find evidence, then we lose it. Then thorn in the side Thornton arrives and gets in the way. We question suspects and they all seem to have some kind of motive. Then one of the suspects just disappears. Miss X is still missing. That nice elderly couple turn out to be a pair of petty thieves. The cook quits and finally the tour group arrives to complicate matters.
Hey, Chief, are you coming to join us at the pub to discuss the case? We want to figure this one out before that meddling Thornton does.
I'll be there in a minute. Wait, you, the audience, you've seen everything that's happened here tonight. Maybe you could help me out. During intermission, staff and guests of Shady was walking around here in the common area. If you do get the chance, try and stop and ask them a couple questions. See if you can figure out who it was. Just try and keep it quiet. If Thornton heard I was asking other people for help, I would never hear the end of it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've had a long day and I need a drink.
Don't forget to buy your raffle tickets if you haven't already, and we're going to have the drawing for the raffle right before the beginning of Act 2. The cast is going to come out and meet with you guys during intermission, and feel free to ask them any questions and try to solve the mystery.
Yeah, like I won't. They're over there. Come back.
Mom's head is like